Hey, my friends. Pastor David here with another Banding Together Midweek Minute. So this past weekend, we wrapped up our series, Who is Jesus?, with the last of the things that Jesus said about himself, I am the vine and you are the branches. We talked about the fact that that means that Jesus Christ is the one that gives us life, and that when we connect ourselves to Him, it's like grafting ourselves into His life, and He pours His nourishment into us. He shapes His character into our character, and we become like Him, bearing the fruit in our lives that is the fruit that is seen in His life. Love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. And I challenged us this week to think about three questions. Am I really connected to Jesus Christ? How am I doing at staying connected to Jesus Christ? How am I doing at practicing those disciplines that keep me connected to Jesus? Disciplines like scripture reading and prayer and regular worship and staying connected to people on the journey with me in practicing the disciplines and being connected to Jesus. How am I doing at cultivating a life of generosity in my life? How am I doing at serving others as Jesus has given His life to serve me? How am I doing at staying connected to Jesus? And then that final question was, what does the fruit that's growing in my life say about how connected I am to Jesus? I hope that maybe you've been giving some thought to those questions in your life this week, as I have been in my own life, because those are questions that just stay with us and help us to continue to monitor our connection to Jesus. Because the deeper the bonds are with Jesus, the more that He shares His heart with us, and the better able we are to share our hearts with Him, so that we can continue this love journey, this connected journey, this arm-in-arm journey that we have with Him until that day that we see Him face to face. This coming weekend is a communion weekend for us here at First Church. Pastor Sung will be preaching this weekend as I take this week to put the final touches on the next couple of sermon series that we'll be working through this coming fall. The next one is going to be on worship. Why worship? What about worship is really important in our lives? And why should we be people who practice worship? That's the next one that's coming in a week or so in our life together. For those of us that are part of the Route 8 campus, God's Country and Crossfire, there was an insert in your bulletin this past weekend that talked about a meeting that's coming up on September the 12th that's really, really important. We're inviting all of you to come to a gathering. It's a Tuesday evening, September the 12th, from 6:30 to 8:30, where we're just inviting you to come and join a conversation that talks about how are we at the Route 8 campus living in to connecting people to Jesus and helping them grow to be like Him. We would really love your input about that. What does dynamic worship and life in groups and passionate personal discipleship, and what does living in Christian fellowship and serving people like Jesus served people, what does that look like specifically for our campus at Route 8 look like? We're inviting your input in that meeting on September the 12th from 6:30 to 8:30. Now, those of you that are at the downtown campus, don't feel like that you are being excluded, because a meeting like that is coming up for you too in the weeks to come. So pay attention for that. Hope that you can join us this coming weekend for our worship here at First Church. Until then, remember, keep looking up, and I'll see you later.